Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. That means it's time for another live stream. Today is Friday, April 20th, 2023. We made it to the end of the week, guys. And good news, the Runners Weekend Boston video is up. It's current here. Here we go. I know. It ended up uploading and going live right as a live stream started. But processing on it to 4K seems to be taking a really long time. So it's only available right now in standard definition. So I feel like you guys, we can hang out here. We can see what's in this box. I don't even know who sent it to me. So we can see what's in the box. We can hang out. We could chat a little bit more about Boston or not about Boston, whatever you guys want to do. And then by the time we're done, then the full resolution video will be up. But you know what? I mean, I think you guys should be excited. It does come out on a Friday, which I like, because then I know a lot of you guys want to save it for maybe evening viewing or for a long run, treadmill run, that kind of thing over the weekend. And I think a lot of you guys actually made it into the video too. I tried to include as many of you guys as I can if I got footage of you. So it should be a lot of fun. But first, before we get even further into the podcast, let's say hi to everyone listening on the audio only version. Hope you're having a good run today. I haven't gone on a run yet since the marathon. I think today might be the day. I mean, I kind of did a little bit of running yesterday. I'm trying to teach my younger daughter how to ride a bike without training wheels on. So I did a lot of running around yesterday. I think I'm feeling okay. I did go swimming yesterday as well. So I'm at the point where I need to start moving the muscles to get the last bits of the soreness out. I'm not saying I'm ready for a workout, but you know, I'm ready to go for a nice little jog. Weather's nice right now. So hopefully you're enjoying nice weather and have pain-free, soreness-free legs for your run. And everyone watches on YouTube later and not live. Maybe the Runners Weekend video for you is full HD 4K resolution. Maybe you've already watched it. If you have, let me know in the comments. Tell me what your favorite part is. I'm not sure what my favorite part is. I think my favorite part is Sunday morning when I go early to see everyone, or like most of you I saw at like the Believe in the Run ASICS shakeout. And then some of you stayed or got there later for the Rabbit shakeout, which was next door. So I just had to go to one spot to kind of visit both. That like 1 hour of time was probably like one of my favorite parts of the weekend. Like, I mean, the race was pretty cool too, but like that 1 hour was like a really fantastic time because I got to see so many people then. It was really good. All right, let's see who we got in the chat. All right, Luis Becerra here. He says, yo, what's going on? Can you open it sooner? Open the box. Okay, I won't be able to make it on time. Catch you in the half hour maybe. Okay, you want me to open it now? I can't open the box now. You want me to open the box now? Luis, let me know when you get back. I'll open it when you get back. Leona says, happy Friday, co-fam. Gorgeous sunrise in the AM. Here for the #1 podcast live stream for making new running friends. Ooh, I like that one. Guys, I forgot to do it today. I've been trying to make it a new thing that I'm going to do for every episode. I just got so excited with the Runners Weekend. I forgot to do that. But you are listening to the #1 running podcast to listen to for making new running friends. I think we could say that. I think we could say that, especially in the chat. If you come to the live stream, if you come to the chat, I feel like there's a lot of people that are making friends in there. And that for me, it's like one thing that I'm not really doing. You guys are doing it, but that's one thing that I'll gladly take credit for. And it's something that I'm really proud of. The fact that you guys are like hanging out. A chat section in a YouTube live stream is a nice place to make friends. That's unheard of, but you guys did it. So I love it. Mark Peterson says, yo, can't wait to get into the Runners Weekend. The legs are starting to come around today. All right, there we go. Yeah, Mark, you're in the video too. So you'll definitely be seeing yourself in there. And then, to think further ahead, fast forward ahead. I don't know, Mark, if you're coming to New York. I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, but that's my plan for New York is to go run around town, follow everybody else, be on the cheer squad, get some footage of some of the pro athletes and stuff. So if you want to do that, let me know. Calvin says, yo, what's going on? He's got 7-time 1 minute intervals last night with the Vaporfly 3, and I like them a lot. Much more comfortable than the 2 with plenty of bounce. All right. Interesting. And Duke BB says, we need time to watch your video for the day before the live stream. I know. Sorry. I know like it's going to be conflicting, but I think it's going to take a really long time to get processed through to the 4K. So I feel like we'll do the live stream and then the video will be there when you get back to it. Duke BB also wants to know, is the Nimbus 25 true to size? I will say yes, it was for me for sure. All right. Let me scroll down all the way to the bottom and make sure you guys can hear me and all that kind of stuff. All right. No one's reporting any errors. So far it looks good. Mr. E says, "What's up, guys? What's going on, man?" And Ruben Serrano says, "Hey, Mike. Hope you're doing great." Thanks, Ruben. I think I am doing great. You know what? The week before the Boston Marathon, I was not doing great. I was very in a mentally weird space. I got to tell you. A lot of it had to do with like I don't like conflict, and I know that it's still coming with the BAA. You know what I mean? Like the way I'm gonna film it. But now it's filmed. I'm very happy with the videos. And then, I'm sure they'll be I haven't been contacted yet, but I'm sure they'll be contacting me soon. I'm not looking forward to that. But the week before, like that just weighed heavily on me. And now it doesn't weigh that heavily on me because I got to do it my way, I guess. So I don't know. But I'm feeling good. Great. Yeah, I think I'm doing great. Matthias Ventus says, I will definitely go to Boston Marathon weekend just to do all the shakeouts. I'm worried about BQing. But Matthias, you know what? I think next year, I don't know that I'll be allowed to run it again. But I think next year, even if I somehow come out of this unscathed on the other side, I think that next year I'm gonna chill out. I'm not gonna run the race, but I'll definitely be in Boston because just the energy from the weekend was so good. I just got finished doing a Boston recap with Relay, and I was telling those guys over there that like the Boston Marathon is like a running theme park. It's a condensed area. It seems like everyone is there for the Boston Marathon. Everything it revolves around the Boston Marathon. Um, so it's just like a big running event all weekend long everywhere I seem to go. And that energy was really good and very positive. So I was like, yeah, I want to be around this again. I could see why people come back. The running the race again, I don't know. It's a fun course. I'd love to give it another crack, but like, take another crack at it. But like, I don't know that I'm a race it every year kind of guy. You know what I mean? I just don't like hills that much. Michelle DeMaio says, hello, new running friends. And Shakat says, Yoko, happy Friday. Michelle Mom R also says, hi, Co. Fam, happy Friday. Yes. And CV76 says, there's 140,000 running friends. Yeah, the channel just hit 140,000 subscribers like overnight or maybe early this morning. So, man, like the growth is happening quickly. But kind of like my barometer is like, is this a good place to hang out, And so it still is, I think, in my opinion. So the growth is good. I'm happy with the growth. You know what I mean? And Leona says, oh, this is nice. Says, huge thanks to you, Mike, for making so many of our friendships possible. Awesome. Cosmic Pineapple, Michael says, hi, I would love to have a Boston-based Kofuzi Run Club if there isn't one. The Kofuzi Run Club is not really a thing, so it's just whenever we meet, it's a Strava run group. That's about as much as it exists. So there isn't like an actual run. There aren't actual run clubs anywhere. So it's not really a thing. So yeah, but I think a lot of people are meeting up, but it's just not called a Kofuzi Run Club. Steve McKellar says he's checking in from the beach in Playa del Carmen. That sounds nice. Ooh. And Martha says, Cope, you haven't been BA'd so far. I think you're safe. Here's the thing. I think that they were very preoccupied with other things until about yesterday evening, or maybe the night before that, and now I feel like they're going to let that initial controversy kind of fall to the wayside, and then they will resume business as usual. I'm trying to think, I've gotten nasty grams from New York and CIM, and it took a couple days for it to happen. You know what I mean? So not that they look at their things as closely, but or monitor it quite like the BAA does. But like, I think that it's just going to take a couple days, but it's coming, and it's a bummer because like in the meantime, I'm getting like the notification from Abbott saying that I have 4 stars and I only need 2 more left. And then I got the email from the BAA saying like, results are posted, and, like I've got the finisher certificate. It's probably going to go away. So, it's good to have it at least for a minute, I guess. Hillary Thornton says, hey, Co-Fam, nice weather in Atlanta. Good work, Mike. By the way, Hillary, I guess we can announce it. I'm going to be going down to Peachtree Road Race this year. So I'm going to be working. Well, not really working. Adidas is providing me a bib to run the race, so they're saving me the $75 or however much it costs for a non-member to go run it. But I think I'm going to go stay at Drew Whitcomb's house. So we're gonna be there for 4th of July weekend. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a group run like the day before or something. Like something near, maybe meet up somewhere near bib pickup, so that way you can like go get your bib and then meet up or something like that. I'm trying to talk with Adidas to see if they're interested in supporting in some way. All right, and Frank says he's got 2 notes about Monday. These are hot takes. Well, not maybe number 2, but number 1, absolutely no regrets about using the Takumi Sen 8s. Wow. And number 2, I'm now a carb loading convert. It kind of works. It doesn't always feel like it's right, but it works. But that's surprising. I didn't dislike having the Primex, and I'll get into this because now that all right, I did the race video, did the runners weekend. Now I got to work on super nerdy number crunching runners week race recap, and I didn't talk about the shoes at all. I liked the Primex until I was done with the Newton Hills. But then once I started to really feel like I was fatigued, I did not like the shoe very much. And I don't want to say I didn't like it. It didn't have what I want and where I normally get from. I think the Adios Pro 3 would have been a better choice. I think the Endorphin Elite would have been a better choice. I think Metaspeed Sky would have been a better choice. Probably Endorphin Pro 3 as well. But I just felt like when I was tired, it seemed to be encouraging me to heel strike a little bit, and I couldn't get over the shoe enough to get to how I felt like my form would be most efficient. I just felt like I was just landing in the middle of the shoe and just squishing it a bunch, So that's my take on the Primex. I'm glad though that you like the Takumi Sen 8, and now I'm like, could I run the Boston Marathon in Takumi Sens? I'm not sure. Daniel Burton says, your video today was the best ever. Thank you. It's long. It's like 38 minutes long or something like that. But I'm just going to leave it real long and let it be. It's extended director's cut is the only cut. I made very few edits. It's pretty much almost like you guys probably are going to see in that video, like 85% of the video that I took. I put everything in there. Most videos, it's like 50% of this stuff because I just shoot a bunch of stuff. But here it's like it's Boston weekend. Like everything's interesting in my mind. So it's like there's a lot in there. Sober Gummy had a workout today. Had 12 times 400 meters at 5K pace or 5K minus 10 seconds pace this morning. Ooh, that is spicy. Ooh, what are the recoveries on that one? Either way, it sounds like it's going to be hard. Michelle DeMaio says, signed up for the Santa Monica Classic 10K yesterday. Signing up for the Pasadena Half in 2024. Haven't fully committed to LA Marathon 2024 because baby steps. I was thinking about maybe doing the LA Marathon next year. I'm trying to think of what my marathons are going to be, because I did this one and I'm going to do Chicago. I'm debating whether or not to run. I mean, maybe I'll try to run it. Maybe I'll try to run a sub 3 in Chicago. Maybe I'll try to go for a PR in Chicago. It's a long way away. But I'm not going to run New York. I'm going to be on Cheer Squad. I'm not going to run CIM. Again, Cheer Squad. So I'm not banned by any of those races, just so you guys know. And I haven't been DQ'd by any of those races. I've never been DQ'd by any race. But I'm going to be Cheer Squad for both of those. So I won't be really, Chicago's like my only chance if I want to run. But then I was like, well, maybe Houston, but I really liked watching Houston. That was such a fun event to watch. So I don't know that I want to, I'm just trying to figure it out. The LA Marathon is interesting to me. It's a tough course though. If they still had the old course where you run down to the beach, I think that it would be an easy sign up. But it just, with the way it finished, oh, that was hard. But the Pasadena Half is interesting. Maybe I'll do that. Adam says London's going to be hot. The London's women are going to be hot. Perez, Bridget, Yahala, Ayana, Eilish, and Eilish and Sisson are out. Ooh, that's big news. That's big news. Oh man, thanks Adam for letting me know that. Oh, That's disappointing. That's so disappointing. Oh man. I think it's Ailish. I think that's how you're supposed to say it. But I was really looking forward to seeing both of them race. Ooh, interesting. Stephen Lung says, I want a pair of Clifton 9s from Doctors of Running YouTube. Can't wait to try them out. They feel firm but bouncy. They are nice and bouncy. And like that shoe has a lot of range in my opinion. It's a pretty good one. The other thing, I think I could talk about it. I got an email about it the other day. I think it goes live today, so I'm going to tell you about it. Hoka is making 3 kids shoes, which if you've got younger ones, is great news. So they're going to make a kids Clifton 9, a kids Speed Goat 5, and a kids Aura Slide. And so I think that goes for sale today. And they said Hoka's going to send me a pair. They asked me if I want any, if I have any kids. I'm like, I do have a young runner in the house. I'm gonna get her. I got her a pair of Clifton 9, so hopefully that should be coming in soon. So that'll be fun. All right. Yeah, Calvin says a kid Speed Go 5. You know, it's interesting is like, yeah, because it's like, why not a kid's like Torrent, you know? But I understand you go with like the bigger name that you know what I mean? And I'm guessing like, I don't know, maybe they're not making kids trail hiking shoes, but you could use the Speed Go 5 for your hiking shoe. You know what I mean? And then let's see, what else is there? Also like Ultra had the kids Lone Peak for the longest time, but that's going away. So that'll be like interesting. And Shannon says, I want the T-Spill and Ailish's sponsor conflict with the race sponsor. Is that why she's not racing? She can't race because of a sponsor conflict? Oh, that's bizarre. I need to know more about that now. Oh man. Tony, what's going on, Tony? He says Pasadena half is hilly. I think like 1,600 feet of gain. Never mind then. I don't want to do that. I mean, I'll do it because it'll be a fun run and it'll be a good workout. I don't really have a lot of goals for half marathons, you know, but it could be a fun race to run. I just think that I need to get back to LA area, Southern California for another, you know, it doesn't even have to be a race. Maybe I'll watch that one and cheer everybody on. You know what I mean? But yeah, that could maybe that, I don't know. 1,600 feet and a half a marathon. That's wild. That's wild. That's not hilly. That's punishment. It's like you lost a bet. Fitness 2 says, I ran my second 10K yesterday. It took me an hour and 5 minutes. Same as my first. I ran the new Puma Deviate Nitro 2. Great shoe. Awesome. Great job, man. Progress. I mean, if it's the same time, that's okay. You've done it again another time. You're building on that fitness. DazDarren99 says, a little late to the live stream. Wanted to finish the Boston Runners Weekend video. Another stellar video, Co. Thank you. Thanks so much. I really liked that one. Yeah, I mean, Boston Marathon was a whirlwind. That was a real whirlwind, you know. 308 Bar says, hey, Co, what type of training is best to increase a sustained higher average pace? Yeah, I think that, in my opinion, it's the one that has workouts spaced at a frequency and with the right intensities that your body responds to. And that's very intentionally vague. So like the kinds of workouts that work for someone else don't always work out for the next person. And it also depends on like, what do you mean by sustain a higher average pace? You're talking about marathon race pace, easy days. If it's an easy day, like if you just want to get faster every day, I don't care what your everyday pace is. It doesn't matter to me. So I don't have a type of training other than just being consistent and running 12 months out of the year, you know? So that's what it is. But like, you know, I've read a bunch of different marathon training books and I've seen a whole bunch of different styles of workouts. And I kind of have figured out what works well for me. It's been a lot of trial and error. So it's the one that works best for you. And also when you put it also makes a difference. Go Running Without says, Kapusi, why do you think Kipchoge didn't win? You know, I haven't watched the race yet. So I don't know. I was talking with Peter Bromka earlier today, and I was mentioning how I knew it was a headwind day, but I was always around so many people that I didn't feel a headwind at all. Peter said that he felt a lot of headwind, and now he's like crowd one, wave one. He's like a first two rows of people to go after, you know what I mean? So like, he said he felt a lot of headwind, and so he would try to tuck in behind people, because otherwise it made the effort a lot harder. Now I think a lot of people let Ellie go, or let him go, but like we're behind him. And from little clips I've seen so far, it looked like he spent a lot of time trying to get other people to share the load, and no one would. And so I don't know that I'm not saying he lost because of wind, but like I think that it was a tough course with some tough conditions depending on where you were in a pack. And I think that he had to do a lot of work and couldn't get to run exactly the race he wanted. And then you also had like the guy that won it last year also here, and then several other previous champions. So you have people that are strong enough to win the race and have won the race and know the course and have that course experience, which he did not. So I think that those two things probably together would be it in my opinion. But I'll have to watch the race more for sure. I haven't watched any of his post-race interviews either, so I don't know if there was anything else going on. He mentioned, I heard him mention that like his left leg was bothering him, but that might have just been him having to go out too hard. And Calvin says he might just not be a hill specialist, but I think I tend to believe the caveats that a lot of people do is like he trains in Kenya. There's no way that he's not good at running hills, but then again, when it comes to the difference between a top 5 finish or a top 10 finish and a podium in Boston, he might not be a specialist compared to those guys, Michael Haney said that the wind was blowing my signs, but it came and went. Yeah, I mean, I remember like just basically only 2 distinct times where I felt like I felt gusts, and every other time I didn't really feel like I felt it. Gyrus Roy says, "Did I miss the box opening?" No, it's still here. I'm waiting for Luis. If he's coming back or not. Otherwise, if I don't we'll do it in like about 10 minutes if he doesn't come back. Martha only noticed the headwinds or gusts every now and then. Yeah, that's kind of like what I saw. ABP says, in terms of punishment, Big Sur Marathon. Any plan in the future? I hear good things about it, but I don't currently have any plans for that one. I'm not sure what the next marathons are going to be. This summer, it's going to be pretty chill, I think. Like I said, I'd like to get to the weight room at least once or try it. And kind of like it's I don't have another marathon on the books because I'm not racing grandmas either. I don't have a bib. I think I could get one if I really wanted one, but I'm not sure I'm going to go up there. I might some family obligations, not obligations. Some good family gatherings have gotten put on the calendar. I was going to skip one that one ended up moving, and now another one got put in its place. And now it's like, well, you're not signed up for it. You should go. You're going to be able to go to this family event, right? And I was like, yes. So I don't think that I'll be going to grandma's at this time. And then I can go to Chicago. So I actually have time to have an off season and do a build, so I'm going to try to really take advantage of it. Ray Badudu, nice. I like that. Says, first time joining live, but have been watching for a while. Started running October 2020 and restarted June 2022 after a car accident. Love your videos on Odyssey. Favorite YouTuber for sure. Well, thank you. And Ray, I'm glad that you're back after the car accident. Hopefully it wasn't too bad, or hopefully that you're on your way back. I'm glad to have you here. Thanks for joining the live stream. And Kurt, Kurt's so funny. He said the Boston recap video is great, except for the favorite people of Minnesota part. That was hurtful. There is a part in the video where I say at the Puma Shakeout event, I got to see some of my favorite Minnesotans, two of my favorite Minnesotans, and that was Annie Frisbee and Dakota Lindworm. And Kurt's mad now because, Kurt's not one of those two people. That's so funny. All right. Duke BB said he got an email from Hoka on the kid shoes. All right. So I didn't accidentally break embargo. So there we go. Miguel's here. What's going on, Miguel? It says, have you done Mountains to Beach or the Ventura Marathon? No, I haven't done those. I hear good things. I hear really good things. So maybe Miguel, maybe you can help me figure out, maybe message me or something. We can figure out what's a good LA area or Southern California marathon we can do, Calvin says, the best feature of kid shoes is that people always ask you how fast you can run in them, unlike in the adult pairs. I love that. All right, Luis is here. All right, we can open the box now. All right, I haven't opened it yet. I was waiting for you. You said you were coming back later, so I'll wait. All right, here we go. It's from like there's a from on here, but like I don't recognize the company that it's from, and sometimes like if it comes from like directly from like the warehouse doesn't always say like like New Balance, for example, or Asics. So all right. Oh, okay, I know what this is. This is perfect timing for after the Boston Marathon, because now I'm looking to get back into some longer days in the trails. So first thing we got a new pack from Ultimate Direction. It says it's Race Vest. Comfort Sidge 3.0. That kind of feels like a product designed for the bathroom. But Comfort Sidge. What is this one called? Blue. I know Ultimate Direction likes blue. Blue's not my favorite color all the time. But it's just the Race Vest. I don't know. Ooh. Got some soft bottles up front. Some stash pockets along the sides. Really minimal in the back. I do have it doesn't come with a bladder, but I do have a bladder that can fit back there. This will be fun. This will take me for as long as I can go. You know what I mean? Out on the trails. Anything bigger is probably more than I can really handle, frankly. So this will be nice. It doesn't say like what the literage is on this. Okay, does it? Yeah, 6.3 liters. And it weighs 193 grams. Cool. All right. This one looks nice. I think this is really lightweight, very thin. Looks like a rain layer. It's got nice, huge amount of venting on the back to let any dampness out. It is called the Aerolite Wind Jacket. So I don't know if it's a rain layer, but I'm assuming it's super light. So you have the jacket. It's windproof, tearproof, polyamide. It's treated with DWR. Okay. It's got a tunnel effect hood with ventilation and meets the UTMB requirements for a windproof jacket with a waterproof coating. And it packs into an interior chest pocket, so it's packable as well. This is a nice layer, super lightweight. Got reflective elements on the sleeve and on the back. This looks like it's reflective as well. Nice. And the Reaper D says for that vest, the 6.3 liters is for all the pockets together. Yeah, I mean, that back pocket didn't look like it was a 6-liter pocket, but that's good to know. For like, because I know you got like for a lot of these events, you got to like map out how much you're bringing. And then, oh yeah, and Leona says it's in my favorite color. I do like a good black rain layer jacket. All right, and then this one, these shorts that they have with the giant like waistband. I think that you put like their water bottles in here. You know what I mean? It's just huge. This is called the Vellum Short 5-inch in onyx. And yeah. 360 power stretch waistband with 4 pockets to stash your phone, gel, keys. It's a side split. So these are really deep. Think of how thick of a band that is. You know what I mean? There's some pocket dividers in here too, so you can like separate things out if you needed to. Front to back. But this is real big. You could probably fit a soft flask in here. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to. Oh, yeah. I'll take one of these soft flasks and see if I can fit it in here. You know. Yeah, these are big, gigantic pockets. Very stretchy too. And then some reflective elements, and it is lined. So nice. It's kind of like having a flip belt and shorts put together. So there we go. That's what was in the box. Very cool. I'm excited to get out on the trails and test some of that stuff out. Duke BB says, my 7th grade has his first junior high track meet tomorrow. He will do the 100, 1600, and long jump. Isn't that the weirdest combination of events? They have like in junior high, they just have the kids try everything, which I think is great, you know? So, yeah, here's the thing. My daughter has 2 track meets next week, and they're the last 2 before we get to like invitationals and regionals and stuff. And I think as a 5th grader, it's highly unlikely that she will be. So her season probably ends on Thursday, which I'm like, I just started going to meets. I guess we've only had like 3. But I mean, like, you know, by next week we'll almost be in May. That's the last month of school for these kids. So yeah. The season goes fast. Shannon says, I like a deep waistband. Nothing more annoying than that little slot that you can't even fit a gel in. Yeah, I've been coming into a couple of shorts with that problem. You know what? One of the Bandit ones that they sent, I don't know if it was an error or what, or if it's just for sprinters. But like, it has a pocket in the back that I'm not even sure I could fit a key card in it. And that's the only pocket on the entire half tight. And they send that to me. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? They're like, we're sending you some different ones. We got like Gen 2. There's the Gen, and it's very similar to the Gen 1, which also has side pockets that are really good. The Gen 3 has side pockets and a back pocket, which is bigger. But like there's this weird like 1.5 generation half tight that had like only one back pocket. And I was like, I don't know what you could even fit in there. So maybe it was like for sprinters, you know. I don't know. Steve Zabrowski says, just watch the Boston Runners weekend. Great video as usual. Thank you so much. And Tim Sue says, we'd love to get your review on the shorts. It looks like a perfect marathon shorts for me. Do we need to do like I haven't been really reviewing the clothes very much lately. You know, like I used to do like a John G spring or like a Tracksmith winter. But like, I don't know. I don't love reviewing clothes as much because I don't know how to shoot the B-roll for it. This like setup, the studio that I have in here is good for shoes, but clothes are bigger than shoes. And so like I have a hard time filming it properly. And then like I don't have like a second person like Ginger Runner does to film him like, posing up by the tree in the trail behind his house, So like it's just harder for me. But maybe I need to do like a shorts round. I don't want to steal like that's Ginger Runner's thing though. He's got the shorts roundup. But like that, I mean, I guess maybe there's room for like a road runner shorts roundup, instead of a trail runners. Maybe we'll do that. What matters to Matt? Any suggestion on marathon race shorts that are not half tights but will hold a decent number of gels? That's a good question. And I'm actually thinking about maybe switching over to some, maybe for if I do Chicago hard, maybe I'll try to do some 3-inchers, But then the question is, how do you carry all your gels? I think the shorts like these ones that I just showed you from Ultimate Direction are kind of like what you need to do. Either that or wear your 3-inch split shorts with a flip belt, Someone else, was it Calvin Huang, mentioned that these are kind of like there's a pair of rabbit shorts. I don't forget what they're called. Calvin mentioned it. But they have lots of like, they're not as deep as this Ultimate Direction one, but they have kind of pockets all the way around the waistband. They're in the rabbit trail section, but that could probably work to hold enough gels for a marathon. Brian Lang wants me to wear the Boston jacket to the kids' track meet. I don't know if I could do that. The only reason I would do it is so that way I could film myself standing alone by the fence and be like, "No one asked me if I could run fast in my new shoes today." Like, that's the only just to get that shot. That's the only reason I would do it. Like, if Serious Runner were here, I'd ask him to film it. I think that would be funny. Mm. Steve Zabrowski wants to know, Kofuzi, with all the shoes you try, are you a neutral runner? I like to think that I am. I like neutral shoes, so I guess that makes me a neutral runner. Or it doesn't necessarily make me a neutral runner. It makes me a runner who likes neutral shoes. Calvin says, will the BAA fly out to Crystal Lake to strip you of your Boston jacket? No, probably not. You know, I think that the closest that they could theoretically do, if they really wanted to play their hand this way, is to send a cease and desist letter. Or serve me with a lawsuit somehow. I'm not sure. I think that in my mind, when you're, just letting my mind race with some of the weirdest possible permutations of how this could play out, I could maybe see that happen. I don't think that they would do that, but Graham Haynes says, "Yo, Co, would you ever think about doing the Indianapolis Marathon Monumental again? Would love to see you there." I really do want to do it, but I don't know if it's always been this way or if it's just recently been this way. They seem to be picking the same date as New York every year. And so that makes it hard because I love New York. I would love to be able to run Indy again. I'd love to be able to watch Indy and support, the runners on the course, kind of like chasing everyone around kind of thing and filming people. But if it's like the weekend before or after New York, then I think that could definitely be a thing. But I think it's because they've been picking the same weekend as New York, which makes a lot of sense because then people that are training for New York or Indy can have the same schedule. But yeah, if as long as the same day, Indy's in my mind is probably going to lose every time. Matt Series says, Yoko, what's going on? What's going on, Matt? Good to see you. Yeah, I was thinking about you because I was spending some time with Remy, and then I remembered Remy's video where he met up with you in person. So that just had me thinking about it. And Matt says, "Congrats on Boston." Well, thank you very much. Go Running with Oliver says, "You know the rules. You have to wear the Boston jacket for the kiddos track meet. It's required. I have to wear it now." What's funny is someone tagged Serious Runner, and he shared it on his Instagram stories because someone had packed like a 2018 or 2019 Boston Marathon jacket in their suitcase to go to the London Marathon. And I was like, well, there you go. When you go to church, you got to wear your robes, I guess. So, but like, yeah, I don't know that I will do that. I think that if I go to another Boston, I'll probably wear the jacket around, but I don't see myself really wearing it all that much. Although it was chilly today, I was about to wear the remember that knit cap that I bought? I was like, this is a good day for the knit cap. I could do it. Oh, Graham says it's the weekend before New York this year. Hopefully they keep it that way because I always thought it was weird that they try to compete with New York City. Oh, okay, that changes things. Maybe I can go. I have to check with my wife because that's gonna be. I mean, it's still gonna be a lot of travel, but okay, yeah. I hope they keep it that way too. Let me try to do it. Oh yeah, thanks, Graham. Thanks for letting me know because otherwise I would have just been like assumed it was the same weekend as New York. Nice. Kyle says, has anyone tried running marathons on back-to-back weekends? How'd it go? Marcus Brown, Marathon Marcus, it ran. I finally got to meet him in person. But I met him like at bag pickup after the race on Monday. And he ran Boston on Monday and he's running London on Sunday. So it's back-to-back weekends, but it's 6 days apart. So he's doing it. I think he's done stuff like that before. He's just built different, I think. And let's see. Brian Lang says the London Lottery opens soon, right? It opens on, I think, on Monday. It opens like the day after the London Marathon, which I think makes sense. That's a great time to do it. Everyone's thinking about it and excited for it, you know? And Stella says, has anyone raced a marathon in the ASICS Super Blast? 8-minute miles, my goal pace. So I don't know if carbon plated shoes are too hardcore for what I'm trying to do. I have raced in the Super Blast. I ran CIM in them last year. I ran a 3:02. So that was like a little under 7 minutes a mile. I found that I wanted a little bit of that carbon spring at the end, like around mile 22. I just felt like the shoe felt a little bit lackluster from a racing perspective. I love doing like a 20-mile long run in it, you know, like with race pace effort inside of that. But yeah, I felt like for the race, it just didn't have that extra edge that I like. I think that 8 minutes per mile is a great pace for people that want to use carbon plated shoes, you know. So I don't think I don't think your pace is the issue there. So if you were interested in it, I would say go for it. But the ASICS Super Blast does work really well. I like to do marathon speed. I think is the best speed for that shoe, and so I do really like it. But personally, I wanted a little something a bit more aggressive. John Askew says, Yoko, congrats on Boston. Toronto Waterfront Marathon is October 15th. What are the chances I'll be running in a Kofuzi Run Club singlet? Oh, I had some good conversations with ASICS over the weekend. All right. And then I had some other conversations with some other people that were not good, but helped me narrow down some options. So that's a good reminder that I got to get on that because it's getting warm out, right? And we're going to want some Kofuzi Run Club singlets. So, all right. I know what the design would be, you know. That's easy enough. I know which singlet I would want to use. That's also easy enough. It's a matter of like who does the printing and who does in my opinion, the hard part. Like the shopping website, the order fulfillment. And now you could do Shopify. And I've done that before. And I've done order fulfillment before. I don't love it. I don't feel like I'm very good at it. I'm not good with things that are in physical space. I can make videos, you know, I can shoot pictures, you know, digital cameras, stuff like that. But when we get into like the real world stuff, I'm not as good at that kind of thing. And I'm recognizing some of my limitations. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do the order fulfillment. I asked someone over the weekend if they'd be interested in it, and they said no. And I was like, okay, well, that's good to know. So now I have someone else that I might ask. You know, we'll see if they say okay. C-Town fan says, Mike has the best running videos on YouTube. Great editing at Big Shots. Thanks so much, man. Thank you. PJ says, what's worth checking out from Bandit? Will be near their store next week. So I like the Generation 2 half tights. I think they also come in black, but they sent them to me in like the olive color. I think it's called Empire. It might be brown. Is olive brown? Olive's green, isn't it? Anyway, there's an Empire color and the navy color. I raced in the navy color. I do really like that singlet I like that half tight quite a bit. And then now I think they sold them in Boston, but I think now they're selling them on the web. The Hill Hunting, the racing singlet that I raced in, that one's for sale as well. So you can I would check that out. And they also have a t-shirt version of the Hill Hunting. And that one's really nice. I really like that t-shirt a lot. So like those would be like 3 items that I take a look at. I also they have a new hat as well. They have the one that I raced in. It was a white one. It says Bandit on it. They have another one that has the Current logo, which is Current, like electrical current or river current, I think. That has just like the Bandit B on it. It's black on black. That one looks really nice. I don't have that one, but that's a good one. So. And Calvin says, will you get marathon tattoos like Ben Felton has? Maybe for your first time breaking 3? You know, probably not. But my Instagram is full of like long-term temporary tattoos. And I'm like, "Oh, that looks like it's kind of fun." So some of them are like they last 2 weeks and you can make custom ones, and some of them are like they'll last a year or it says expected to last a year to 3 years. And I'm like, "I like that. I could commit to that for I could commit to like a tattoo for 3 years." You know? I just don't want one for life. Now that I mean, I think it's awesome when other people that's the reason I'm interested. I think it's awesome because other people have them, but I just don't want it that long, you know? But I think it'd be really cool to have, you know? Because like, later on, I might have to get an office job, you know? So then having, like, a neck tattoo might not be a great idea, but if I'm, just, for the next 3 years or 1 year or 2 weeks, like, during a marathon, have, like, a Kofuzi Run Club tattoo would be kinda nice. I don't know, maybe that's silly. Ryan says, "Just get an inner lip tattoo." Yeah, no biggie, let's do that one. And Michelle DeMar says, "Do a temporary Kofuzi Run Club tattoo." Yeah, I think that, like, the dragon would be nice. You know what I would wanna do, is, I saw someone do on Instagram, there was, like, a Nike Swoosh logo, and they hand embroidered a snake slithering, like, above and behind it, like, so back and forth over it. I was like, "That's pretty cool." It's kinda like the snake's, like, about to squeeze the swoosh a little bit, you know? But I was like, "Oh, we should have like, a dragon chasing a unicorn kinda thing." That would be kinda cool for, like, a Boston temporary tattoo. I put that on my back shoulder, you'd see it from the singlet, you know? But I'm like, that's a lot of work." It's a graphic design work that I don't really know how to I don't really know how to do that myself. I could pay someone to do it maybe, but that's just a lot of work, you know? I like the idea. And I don't wanna be, like, aggressive to the unicorn, but it's like chasing the unicorn, I don't know. Just something I thought about. Matt says 100% dragon wrapping around the ribs. Stevie Sanders just get the Tyson face tattoo. I think he sued people for getting the same tattoo, hasn't he? Like a trademark thing, something like that. Yeah. Mm, and where'd it go? Matt says, I don't see you getting an office job anytime soon. I don't think YouTube's going anywhere. Well, thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, I mean, nothing's forever. This is awesome. So I'm just trying to enjoy it every day that it's here. Um, let's see. Tanya Suvi says, maybe the BA will let you off if you get a giant unicorn tattoo. Yeah, I feel like they'd be more like if you never come back. Like like a scar to Simba, like leave and never return. That's the only way I think they would let me off the hook here, I guess. Um Dave wants to know, Heiko, at what mileage or kilometerage per week did you see the biggest jump in your marathon fitness, or was it just cumulative over time? The biggest jump was not when I hit a certain mileage per week. The biggest jump seemed to be when I was able to do that for a second marathon block, if we're talking about just mileage. But like, I think that like any real big change that here's what I'm starting to think. And maybe this is just for me, what happens to me, maybe other people respond sooner, maybe younger people respond sooner. But at my age, what happened to me was I did a high mileage training block. And I was like, I ran pretty much the same speed as when I ran 25% less. But then I did another one at that higher mileage. And then I felt like, oh, okay, now my body can actually absorb the benefit of these workouts. And I also, like, on that second block, added in some race specific workouts, because I feel like a lot of people are doing workouts and they're surviving and they're managing to not get injured, but I don't know that they're always absorbing the workouts right away. And I think it takes like a block or two sometimes. For me, I'm slow on the uptake for a lot of things. So like it usually takes a couple of training blocks for any real change to take effect or for me to be able to use it, you know. So I think the second time I did a high mileage block was when it kind of seemed to make a little bit more sense. If you have to get racing stripes tattooed, would they be on your head or on your feet? I don't know. Where would you put racing stripes? If I had racing stripes, I don't know. I might just put them around my wrist. I don't know. Racing stripes don't work on a human, I think. Frank wants to know, are the Kona qualifying times harder than Boston? I have no idea. I don't know. When I went to the pool yesterday, I go to this pool and I think that it looks gigantic. So I set the watch for each length to be 50 meters. And I'm looking at the times that it's giving me. And it's giving me like, 107 per 100 meters pace or 114 per 100 meters pace. I'm like, whew, I'm good at swimming. And then I'm like, no, wait a minute. That seems to be almost exactly twice as fast as I think I should be swimming. And then I'm like, oh, and then I looked it up. Like I looked at the YMCA and it's like, there was a news release saying like, there's this brand new 25-yard competition pool. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I'm nowhere near even looking up what those times are. Says, get a diagonal tracksmith stripe across your chest. That's funny. I think they would. I think if you rolled up and were just like tracksmith, and like just had like the sash across, I think they would give you all the free tracksmith bananas you could eat whenever you went to the pop up. That's what you would get, free bananas. Herbert says, Heiko, what's next after Boston? Priority number one is to recover well, but then hit the weight room. I got to get stronger. You know what I mean? I think I'm about as fit as I can get, given like the kind of work that I'm willing to put in and the sacrifices I am or am not willing to make. I think I'm about as fast as I can get right now. If I want to get any faster, I got to get stronger. So that's kind of where I'm at. So. Calvin says, instead of the sash, get the little hang tag on the back. Oh, that'd be funny. Or just like if you just tattooed a Van Cortlandt on yourself. I don't know why that's making me laugh so much. Can you imagine someone like just not even colored in, just the outline of Van Cortlandt on themselves? Oh my goodness, that's so fun. Brian Lang says Kofuzi's about to enter his anime training arc. Yeah, we gotta get the montage. It's time for a montage. Dave says, looking forward to Kofuzi bunny hopping like Steven Scullion up a hill. Maybe we can collab. Maybe I should reach out and collab. I've been trying to figure out a reason why I could collab with him. Maybe I could have him send me some of his work. I know he's already listed them all out. He'll be like, dude, I made it a special, I made like a course about it. You can go look up on my strength training. But yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Carrie Adventure Running says, how long between marathon training blocks? Just ran Knoxville 26.2 and wondering how long I should rest recover before ramping up for a fall race. I think the easier way to do it, Carrie, is to think about like, when's that fall race? Count back the number of weeks of a training block that you would like. I like 12, 10 weeks of work, 2 weeks of taper-ish, Some people like 14, some people like 16. And then figure out when you're and work backwards from there. That's the best way to do it. I think that probably puts you in like July, maybe. Post call with Paul says, if you had a pure ASICS shoe rotation, what would it be? Nimbus 25 for recovery days, Nova Blast 3s for every days, and then Metaspeed Sky Plus for workouts and races. Mr. E says, you tattoo a Boston bib and you'll always qualify. That's so funny. Brian Lang says LMAO at tattooing a Boston bib. I can't. Frank says the 16 weeks from Marine Corps Marathon is July 8th. Ooh, all right. I gotta look at the calendar. I gotta map all these races out. I gotta see where I'm gonna go. I think the summer is gonna be pretty chill. I have a couple of trips that I'm trying to schedule. I had some good conversations when I was in Boston about potentially doing some summer trips. I'd like to do some more, but I do have a family vacation that we're doing in the summer as well. But like nothing, the travel shouldn't be too crazy this summer. And it's easier because like, the kids are out of school. We could just go to grandma's house if I need to travel or if my wife needs to travel. But the fall, October could be real busy, I think. Go Running with Oliver says, what did you and Matt Troy talk about in Boston? Oh, okay. So there was one day, I ran into Matt and his brother at Bandit. I think that was Sunday, and like the photographer, I didn't catch the photographer's name that was with them, or I don't know if it was his brother that took the photos, but someone took some really nice photos of us, looking like we're having a very intense conversation, and we were talking about like filming on the course and like what we did and didn't understand would be like against the rules and what stuff that they would definitely go after, So that's what we were talking about then. I saw him 2 other times, and the other times we were just talking about. I saw him like running by. I know they had done a shakeout run on Sunday morning early with Jeremy Miller, who I saw him in passing coming out of the porta potty, but I didn't want to be like, hey, I know you just peed and pooped, but let me shake your hand. And Carl Keys, the 3 of them put on a shakeout run like 8:30, and I just stopped him to ask him how it went. I hope that it went well. He said that it was a good turnout. And then I saw him in the corrals. He hung out with us in the staging area, and then on the walk over, I gave him a granola bar. I had an extra one I was going to throw away, and he's like, I kind of wish I had something to eat. And I'm like, I got an extra granola bar. I'm not going to eat it. There was 2 in the bag. He's like, you want it? He's like, okay. So those are the things that we talked about. We talked about how I never see him with a shirt anymore. That kind of stuff. Dave says, Kofuzi, real talk. Does that room smell with all those shoes there, or is your air freshener game top tier? I don't think it smells down here. We're in the basement though, and so like there's a lot of airflow possible here, but like my shoes usually aren't stinky. I don't know why that is, but I haven't had too much of a problem with it. I think it smells fine. I guess you could I'll ask my wife. She comes down here every once in a while. All right, let's do a couple more. And Travis McCullough says, Kofuzi, for a 10K race tomorrow morning, should I run the Takumi Sen 8 or the Endorphin Pro 3? I'll go with the Takumi Sen 8. I love that shoe, especially for that distance. And Frank says, did Choi have a bad race? It seemed like he had a slow time. Yeah, he stopped like at every cheer station along the way. And he also had 2 bathroom breaks, I think, from watching his videos. I didn't talk to him after the race, but it looked like he was out there having a fun time. I also think that he's doing a marathon every month for a year. So I think that I don't think that he's really going for fast marathon times right now. So that could be it. Let's do 2 more. Sega Dreamcast says, looking at Speedgo 5, are they true to size? I love my Mach 5s, similar fit. The fit is different. The sizing is similar, right? So I would get the same size in both. But the fit is different, kind of like skinny jeans and boot cut. You know what I mean? They're just same size. The fit is different. If you understand what I mean by fit. I did go up half a size in the Mafates, and I think that's the right way to go. I went up a half size this year in the Bondis, and I really like that. I don't think I'll ever go back. But in the Speed Goat, I think I'm true to size. The Tecton X, I went up half a size, or they sent me up half a size, and I didn't like it. So it's just, I think Hoka's still trying to nail it down. I don't know if maybe their manufacturing changed and they have just different locations. I don't know why it is, but some shoes I need to go up and some I don't. Martha says, I passed a guy in Wellesley who just stepped off the course to pee. Guys are lucky. There were just woods there on the left, no homes. Yeah. Well, you know what else was lucky in that last staging area before you go to the corral. So you do the short walk and then you do the long walk. And then it's the corrals. Like you go up the hill to walk up to the corrals. After you do the long walk, there's a giant area with a huge U of porta potties. And in the center are all these like porta potty urinals. And like, it's kind of like 4 guys can walk up at a time. And there's like cubicle walls kind of things, but you're all peeing into just a urinal. And so there's no door and it's just super fast. And so like that was incredible. And I'm like, this is really nice for the guys. Hopefully none of the guys are going into the, regular porta potties if they don't need to, you know what I mean? Because that way it speeds up things up for everyone. So that was really nice. All right. Jay Preza says it'll be the last one for today. Says just watch the recap. That was absolutely amazing. You gave me goosebumps. Oh, thanks, man. That's gonna be a perfect place to end it for today. I think that it should be. I'll have to check, but hopefully it's up to 4K, like the native resolution streaming by now for that. So go check it out at your time or save it for later this weekend when you got about 30 something minutes to sit down and enjoy it. Hope you guys really like it. A lot of you guys are in it. You guys made it awesome. Thanks to everyone that I met over the weekend. It was good to be able to see a lot of you guys, get some selfies, chat for a little bit. Man, it was an incredible weekend. I'm sure we'll still end up talking about it a little bit more, but that's going to have to be it for today, for this week. So, yeah, I'm going to work on the race recap video. Hopefully it'll be ready by Monday, but we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be it until next Monday. I'll at least see you guys for another live stream, same time as today, 1 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully see you then. And in the meantime, have a good long run over the weekend. Thanks, everybody. Bye.